Now, before we start dickering with the government about buying Jax's stocks, we need to come to a decision about who's going to end up controlling it. After all, it means an extra 10% voting share of ELQ for some family member. Now, I'm willing to assume this burden myself.
No!
Then I'm open to suggestions.
Well, we keep telling Emily she's as much a member of this family as anybody else. Now's the time to prove it.
Actually, I was going to put in dibs for Brook Lynne.
Really? And I'm sure that it never occurred to you that you would then control Brook Lynne's proxy. Because last I checked, she was a toddler.
And Emily is just a teenager, and at this delicate time, I think that this much power should be placed in more experienced hands.
I agree.
Hoping the stock will revert to you?
And why not? I deserve more say. I've worked for it.
Not lately, you haven't. You've skipped at least half a dozen meetings because of a very bad investment.
Meaning my father?
That's right. For far too long, this family has been thinking with its heart instead of its head.
Dreadful.
Business is run on blood and sweat. It is not run on tears. We should have kicked Alan out months ago, and we should have nailed Emily's door shut the first time she put on lipstick.
Thank you, Dr. Spock.
And you, what were you thinking the outside world would say when you put up Jax's bail?
I wasn't thinking about the world. I was thinking about Brenda.
You sure as hell weren't thinking about ELQ, and it's high time that you did. So I'm putting you in charge of acquiring Jack's stocks. Go make the arrangements, Ned.
Not right now. I have a meeting with the bank rep about L&B's future.
Ned, 10% of ELQ is at stake, all right?
It won't take long. I just have to decide whether to assume the note or let the bank sell it off.
Let it go. Don't wallow in painful memories.
I'm doing it. The stock issue you can handle.
Ned, you're the CEO of this company. You will do what's expected of you.
I always do, grandfather, what I expect of myself.
I have to go to work.
Mom, remember what I said about Dad. And if you need an ear, just call.
I will.
I want some honest answers.
Well, that'll be a refreshing change in this house.
Is every ELQ venture I'm in charge of ahead of schedule and under budget?
Except for the docks project.
Jason's fault, not mine.
Oh, come on.
Are all my reports, projections, proposals, are they not on time and on the mark?
Granted, but still...
Even if I haven't attended every tedious meeting at ELQ, am I not on top of every important development at ELQ?
Yes, you are. And if you like, I'll have that engraved on my tombstone, which I will be under soon enough the way this family treats me.
I'll settle for a little respect.
Well, then earn it. Hello, this is Edward Quartermain, and I'd like to speak to Mr. Gingold about the stock that he's transferring.
Treat a guest to the Quartermains.
You're the ones that I catch
I'm
spying
sorry,
outside?
I'll have to call you back. Reginald, what is the meaning of this?
I caught her listening outside the door.
Well, I'm sure there must be some explanation.
Reggie is right. I was listening.
It's open.
Hello, Monica.
What do you want, honey?
Just a little time and maybe a little sympathy from an old friend.
Please.
You don't remember those days? They weren't that long ago.
Oh, really? Well, to me, they seem like ages and ages ago.
Well, then, am I only to be judged by the worst times in my life? Monica, I mean, I was one time a fine doctor. I was a good man who tried to contribute to the world till I was hit by a tidal wave which washed away my daughter and my marriage and my son.
Tony, what do you want?
I want a chance to rebuild my life again, starting at GH.
We've had this conversation before. Nothing has changed.
Yeah, you're right. You know, probably silly of me to expect you to show any gratitude or have a sense of reciprocity.
Excuse me?
I didn't turn on Alan, all right? I didn't turn him in when he was hit by his own personal tidal wave. I gave him the benefit of the doubt. It's just like you and your family is doing by giving him a second chance. And I mean, why? Because we all remember the good in him. I don't understand why no one can seem to pay me the same courtesy. All I'm asking is that you just reinstate me on some level at GH so I could start the process of reclaiming my son.
Is that what this is about? Taking Lucas away from Bobby?
No, it's about getting my life back.
Well, I can't help you.
Can't or won't.
Pick one.
Fine. You know, you're not going to stop me, though. No one can. And you know, I might get desperate. You know, desperate people do drastic things.
Drastic things? Tony, the way things have been going with my family lately, you'd have to do drastic things in order for me to even notice.
Trust me, you'll notice. Because I know things. I haven't even told you about the second time that Alan was brought into the clinic, have I?
And you're not going to. What you're going to do is leave. And on your way to the door, ask yourself if a good man threatens his friends to get what he wants.
I want you to help me get my son back. Don't you get it?
Find somebody else to help you. I am not interested. And if you want to turn Alan in, be my guest.
So please draw up the papers as soon as possible. Thank you. Well, there.
There what? I still don't understand.
Jax's ELQ stock was seized by the government, and we are in a position to get it back. And after this conversation, I am firmly convinced that the stock belongs with you.
Me?
That's right, my dear.
Edward, I hope that you don't think that I came in here hoping that you would suggest something.
No, I don't. But if you did, that would make sense. You see, this family needs new blood and fresh ideas. And I need someone on my side. So don't argue with me about it. The deal is already in the work. Now, I'm going to buy the stock from the government in the family name, and then I'm going to arrange to have you buy it from me.
What about the others?
Oh, they'll roar and they'll wail, and then they'll learn to live with it. And if they don't, I'm fed up with the whole lot of them. I don't care what they think, and neither should you.
I just don't know, Edward.
Katherine, I want to do this for you. And if you won't do it for yourself, then please do it for me. I really need you, Katherine. What do you say?
You didn't have much of a chance going in, Tony, but you started to get to me there for a second. Maybe I'm just a sucker for a guy with a sob story. But you got right back on track, yep. Your anger, your threats, and your self-absorption, you're in no shape to come back to General Hospital.
Well, you're chief of staff. You're not God.
Maybe not, but inside these walls, I'm a close second. And if I'm asked to vote on your reinstatement, you can bet it's going to be no, hands down.
Wonder if Alan would have a different opinion.
I don't care about Alan. I'm not going to be held hostage by his problems, and I'm not going to play that game with you.
And I'm not going to be responsible for what happens next.
I know. Because you haven't taken responsibility for your behavior in a long time.
You still thinking it over?
Actually, I was watching the leaves fall again. I've made up my mind. And it's getting late, so I better go change if I'm going to get to the bank in time to transfer the proper funds.
Oh, I'll make some calls, and the papers will be waiting for your signature. Did you know that by the end of today, you are going to be the newest member of the ELQ family? So congratulations.
Thank you, Edward.
And may I say how nice it is to see you excited about something again.
Oh, I am. More than I can say.